Incoming transmission from Novaria.
Normandy! Are you there? Repeat, requesting immediate aid! Please!
Request denied. Setting new course for Caliston.
Many decisions lie ahead. None of them easy.
You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
You're damn right I am, Udina. Wait, you're not Udina, you're Anderson, damn it. Welcome back to Part 25, full of more mispronunciations and word fuck-ups. My name is Gabe, and we're about to finish Mass Effect 1. I almost said 3 for some reason, even though we're nowhere near 3. Ready?
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
Woo! Oh, yeah, I have to walk there. I forgot. I thought it teleported me. So, I danced some more. I couldn't find any armor for Ashley. So, yeah, it's sad. Unfortunate. I usually like to go in with, like, what's it called? What the fuck is it called? I can't remember. Oh, I like to go in with, like, Ashley and Garrus at the end because of their armor combination. Not armor combination, because they're on the front of the box art. Can I actually... Does it show it here? Hold on. Let me see. Yes, it does. So if we go home really quick. Yeah, see? Shows them both right there. And I just like it. I like the way they look on the box art. But I don't have to do it. So, we're gonna... Shut up! Which is the way? This way. It is this way. So I couldn't find new armor for Ashley. I wanted her to match, but whatever. Let's see, what else? Oh, I did find the last of my grenade and metal gel upgrades on the shop on the Citadel, so that's good. We now maxed out on things we don't need to ever use. Like, I will never ever use grenades. Ever. 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 Ooh, I was gonna say, hold on. Anything on the news? Anything at all? Conversation? No. Oh, this is the computer, the AI that overloaded. That was me. I did that. He was self-aware and wanted money.
What the system was originally designed to do.
He wanted money.
Investigating the possible vandalism or misuse of.
That's why they call me Pockets. It's been a year since I started recording this game. I think it's been about a year. Oh, I can't wait to finish this. I have so many projects on the channel I want to do. But I gotta pace myself and do them correctly. I am excited to finish. So excited. You have no idea. Finally get my thoughts out there about the end of the game. Oh, I'm all a titter. Titter? Flitter? Witter? That guy? Twitter? I don't know. Which is the way up? I think it's this way. It is. Alright, everybody. This is the last elevator on the Citadel we will ever take. Garrus, any last thoughts?
You always see a few civilians hanging around the academy waiting to speak to an officer about some problem or other.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Garrus. Enjoy it, folks. Last elevator on the Citadel. Enjoy it.
A respected member of the
I'm only going to talk about Kohoku. Oh, what? Perfect. Perfect thing to talk about. He's dead now.
The veteran soldier who won the love of his troops during conflict with.
Oh yeah, I didn't show you guys, but I gave the information over to the Shadow Broker.
Kohoku is survived by his wife.
Because I don't know. I thought, why not? Kohoku was willing to do it before he died, so I just did it. Why not? You know, it's just one of those things. We just say I don't, whatever. You know. Don't act like you don't. God, you. Lights on the docking bay. We're here. One last look. Man, this Mass Effect 1 really enjoys its lens flares. That's really distracting. And it was a much bigger fan of darker tones throughout the entire Citadel. Mass Effect 2 has some brighter tones, especially inside the ship of the Normandy itself. The ship itself is actually bigger in Mass Effect 2 as well. Yeah, this has got like that kind of grainy film look if you've noticed it in a bunch of places. I'd like to think they did it on purpose. But yeah, look at that. There's a whole section. It's like a Coruscant-like city. And they kind of bring it back in Mass Effect 2. We don't, I sadly get to see that much of it over there, but Mass Effect 2 in general, and I mentioned this before, does a really good job of just kind of exploring the space. And it might as well be a TV show, honestly. We're just going episodic content in different locations. It makes it so it doesn't have a very unified plot, but it is what it is. And I appreciate it for what it is. But this here, I mentioned it before, I'm gonna miss this. Decontamination. I know there's a bunch of slow bullcrap in this game that's just loading screens, but I prefer this to actual loading screens. I really do. I prefer this. I prefer things that keep me immersed. It's really cool looking. Oh, everything load in for the scene. Great. Perfect. I love it.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I didn't send.
Sound like Professor Snape. Blam! Yay!
Let's go. Get us out of here, Joker. Now.
Bye! No one tried to stop us. Yeah, really, no one tried to stop us at all. So it strikes me as weird that in Knights of the Old Republic they have a minigame on a turret section, but I mean, I guess that's to replicate the feeling of Star Wars more, like from the Millennium Falcon. But they have nothing like that here. It's kind of disappointing that you can't, like in Mass Effect 2 and 3 they have a Normandy kind of like ship drive minigame, but I hate it. It's so useless. I'd rather just have this and have some sections where I shoot things. Presley, how do you feel? We did
I
it.
can't believe we stole the Normandy.
Yeah.
Court-martial if this doesn't work out, but part of me loves this.
You damn right you love it. Bald old bastard. Love it. Alright. Joker, we did it. You fragile bone loving man.
Oh, damn it. No sign of pursuit? I was hoping the council would send some ships after us.
Not really. It was Undina who grounded us. The council didn't care.
Through her paces. Figured I'd get to see what this ship can really do.
Well, it's not over yet. We might get the chance.
Theron's still out there. Maybe we'll get a chance to play hide and seek with Sovereign.
You know, it doesn't seem like much fun when you say it, Commander.
Damn it, I'm always, every time I want to join Joker in on the fun, he always just buzzkills me. He's like, God, don't, no, he's like, it's not fun if you do it too. My kink isn't as fun if you're letting me do it. It's not as fun anymore. But we did it, and this guy's on board. He loves it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah, I think we're just not allowed to dock at the Citadel anymore. I could be mistaken. I'm just gonna get the crew's thoughts really quick about the whole, I guess it's a mutiny? I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I'll make this short though. Chakwas, finally some dialogue, maybe?
It's strange, being a
Finally.
This crew has sacrificed everything for you, Shepard. Don't let us down.
I don't get to respond back. That's fine. That's more than fine. She really needed more screen time in Mass Effect 1. Really did.
This will all be over soon, Shepard.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. We're gonna get you one way. Maybe next year, or maybe next year. I would love it if there was just one of the aliens in Mass Effect was just a really big, like, fucking stupid dweeb and just loved pop music. Oh god, that would be the most, it could border on being terrible though. Because there's nothing worse than a character that's too self-aware. Like, in a meta sense. It can be really bad, but if you play it right, ooh, that would be fun. That would be so much fun. Also, look, more elevators. I said on the Citadel, that would be the last elevator. Who knows how many more elevators there are in space? Where the sky's the limit. Not you, I don't, well, I did get more licenses, so do you have anything useful at all?
See what you got.
Let's speed through you. Ooh, yes, I get that X button itch. X button itch. So I can buy light armor for humans. Nope. Useless to me.
I can't believe we stole the Normandy.
We did.
After everything you told me.
So he's Paragon now. So he's just like, wait, should we have done that?
Stealing the Normandy's a trivial risk compared to the threat of Saren.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. If you're wrong, we'll pay for it. But if you're right and we did nothing, I think we'd regret it a whole
That's
lot.
the way you gotta look at it.
I just hope we can catch Saren before they realize we're missing.
We'll catch him.
How do they not realize we're missing already?
Yes, Commander.
That's pretty funny. Rex, how do you feel? Having fun?
Stealing an Alliance ship? Risky stuff. But I'm right behind you, Shepard. It's the least
Yeah.
you can do.
Thanks, I appreciate
Nels
it.
thinks I'm crazy.
Sometimes crazy is the best way to go. I just hope they don't catch us before we get our hands on Saren.
Seriously.
You and me both.
He'll get us through, Shepard.
They really don't get a chance to catch you, though.
Rex.
Shepard.
Ashley, how do you feel?
Commander,
No, you don't really have anything.
I should get back to my duty, Skipper.
Nah, you're good.
Ma'am.
She just recycles the whole, I'm infantry. You know, I can't shoot back dialogue. And they got dropped off. So they're good. They got dropped off. They're fine. Adams, how do you feel?
Heard we're headed into the Terminus systems, Commander. Don't worry,
Yes.
ma'am. The Normandy's a hell of a ship. She'll
Didn't
get
you have a hat? Maybe that's in the next game. I don't know. Tally.
We're fugitives on the run. Very exciting, Shepard.
Very exciting,
I
Shepard.
wonder what the Council would do to us if we got caught.
Your father probably has some political pull, right?
He does not.
He wouldn't let them through.
You forget that the Quarians lost their council seat after the Geth incident.
Stealing ships is a capital.
And even if they did,
People.
yeah, he's not cool with that.
Execute us himself.
The Normandy's the best ship in the fleet. They'll never...
You're never gonna catch me.
I hope you're right.
Oh, well, I'm right. Don't worry. Just relax.
I
Relax.
should go.
Shut your butt.
See you later.
See ya. All right, now on to the mission. And back up the... No, I'll cut this. I'll cut the elevator. Don't worry. I won't say anything important. Cut now. Yeah, see, it wasn't so bad. Alright. What to talk about? So, the Protheans. Let's talk a little about them as we start the mission up. So, Protheans are a subject that are maintained as a background element for most of Mass Effect 1. Just kind of this prior race that we don't get much insight into. Oh wait, do I need this? I kind of need it. Just in case I decide to do something. No, I'm fine. Fuck it. Never mind. They're maintained as a background element in the story for the most part. Even Mass Effect 2, they're mostly a background element. 3, we get a little bit more hands-on experience with the Prothean race, which is pretty interesting. Learned that the Citadel is not actually Prothean architecture. It was built by the Reapers. Pharos was actually the one example of Prothean architecture we got to see. And Ilos is going to be another version of that, but much greater in scope. We're going to go to the refuge system in Ilos. We're going to go check it out. Now, we don't really get that much insight into the culture of the Protheans at all. Like I said, that's more reserved for Mass Effect 3 and some of the DLC that's offered there. But Ilos, as you can see, is pretty huge. Let's get started. In the golden age of the Protheans, Ilos was a verdant world, dotted with the spires and arches of magnificent cities. Even casual observations shows this is no longer the case. Ilos has been devastated by means unknown, its entire surface changed to the color of rust. The atmosphere shows heightened levels of oxygen. Wildfires, presumably ignited by lightning strikes, can be seen burning on the dark side. This indicates that most, if not all, respirating animal life forms have died off. Surface gravity is a comfortable 1.17 standard Gs. So, something happened here. Not sure what, but the environment is kind of not livable for the most part. So we're going to get a look at this and see how it kind of compares with the rest of the material that comes after for the Protheans later. Finale! I was going to say finally. Woo!
Commander, we've got company.
Ah,
Have
crap.
the sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
You guys need to all calm down. We're a stealth ship. They can't see us. They don't even have windows.
In the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
I like how Garrus and Rex aren't even here.
Another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone.
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option. It's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker,
Yeah, what's up?
gear up and head down to the Mako.
All right.
Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
All right, so the finale. We are taking Garrus. And we're taking Tally. Tally, I like you. You get to come on. Woo! That's one of the few visual representations of the Normandy stealth systems.
You two, keep moving inside now.
Yeah, land on top of him. Oh, we almost made it. Damn it. Lame.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found a way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. He did it, we can do it. So, let's get it started and ha. Shoot, shoot, fire! Okay. There we go. That's better. Much better. Got him. Splatter, splatter. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, that's quite enough of that. So it's a nice way of just getting some shots in. Hello? But look at this. Look at that. You don't really get a chance to look up in the city environment, but look at that. How is that not amazing? Check that out. Like skyscrapers. I wish one of the levels took place inside the skyscraper. The most we get is the Prothean Highway with Pharaohs, honestly. And it's cool, but I just wish there was more. Cleaning up. Garrus, really? Sabotage. Oh, they're both hit. That's good. So Garrus is dead. That's fine. That's his fault, really. There we go. Garrus, just get up. You're embarrassing me and Tally and everyone. Just get up. Oh, we're still in combat. God damn it. Alright, let's go. We're here to take it to them and find out where the hell we're supposed to go. So I think that's the way out, but... Hold on. Excuse me. It should be down here somewhere. So this place can be a little bit confusing to not get lost in. Not too bad, but it's a little bit of pain. Got him. Okay. Alright. So, a lot of overgrown plant life, as you can see. Whoa. Guy up the stairs. Hoppers. One more over there somewhere. There you go. Told you I could just break the box. Now Garrus is unconscious. And that guy's up there somewhere. Yeah. You know, maybe he'll come down later. But you can see here, this is kind of like the husks. And this is definitely Prothean architecture. Long fingers, kind of glued into the chair. These aren't vines. This is part of the architecture here. Very slender type bodies, as we can see. See there? Got him. Okay. Very slender type bodies. I don't know if they're meant to resemble the plant life around them. It's possible that some of their architecture itself was meant to resemble the plant life around them before it even started overgrowing, as part of oneness with the environment. But the statues do have them in chairs, on these odd sphere-like structures. This could be some type of forum they developed for conversation. That's the and above us is the tunnel system that Saren went into. It's very unclear. This is Geth. All this that looks like this is Geth stuff they put down, but it's unclear of how some of this space was used. It's hard to say what was here before and what was overgrown, but it seems like a walkway area, possibly some type of a recreational area that you're meant to kind of sit and admire and think on the discussion that happens between the species, or as we might find out later, since there is an inkling of slave culture in the Prothean way of life, this could be a way to say admire the Protheans themselves, admire how they conversate with you outside the circle, or if you're inside the circle hanging out, how they have their eyes on you. It's odd that you see a formation of statues that seem very enclosed on themselves, rather than are presented for somebody to walk up to them and appreciate them. And it's sequestered down below here, so it's possible that this was an area for common folk to come down to and maybe take time away from everything. Whereas up here this is a facility in and of itself. So we're gonna discuss. Yeah, this itself is a facility area of Ilos. We'll come to understand that a little bit later, but just to kind of give you a preview of what some of the culture and design might be for. Hey, excuse me. All right, onward. So similar again. We have these statues that seem to keep watch over you as you walk a path somewhere, as you walk the pathways that they have established for you. You're clearly meant to take in the Protheans as they, see, they're clearly meant to stand guard or to checkpoint the various milestones across the path. Let's see here. This is just kind of an overlook. Okay, and Tally, if you wouldn't mind. No, thank you. Did you get hacked? I guess not. And the same thing here. We have another statue in the kind of center of everything for some odd reason. It's an odd choice. And here they are again. Zappers. What's my left? So everywhere you go, you can kind of see this architecture just making a point of being seen. Also, notice how my gun got hit with sabotage and I did not overheat. I almost did, but then I just kind of cooled down. Fine, I'll go kill that guy. Jesus. Such an asshole. There. And yes, there's some items up there, but it's another elevator and it's not really worth it. So you take the one elevator to the bottom and up, that's about it. So yes, this, I don't know, this seems like the exterior kind of like common area outside. Like this is kind of like a, like an open air kind of lobby, if that makes sense. And obviously you have these elevators here. Okay.
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
I bet this is the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We'll have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that.
So yes, they're kind of theorizing along similar lines that this is some type of bunker facility established to do something. And we're gonna kind of go invade it. This area was really tough on my first playthrough. I remember it was just a fuck ton of things. But if you have a character that's good with tech abilities, you can kind of help yourself out. Is there an easier one I can get to? No, I think this is the first one. That one's pretty far. Oh. Okay, it would help if I had someone biotics right now. Now I could just shoot him, and I am. But this helps too. Now the armatures are on my side. Who's behind me? Oh, he's probably up above. Sweet. I don't know where that other guy is. I don't know if he maybe glitched through the wall or something. There's a walkway above me. I don't know how to get up there though. Oh, it's up here.
This place feels wrong.
So yes, see? There's just a lot of them strewn about. Almost haphazardly. It kind of looks stupid with them all around like that. I don't know what these stone obelisks are meant to do. It's possible they're part of the architecture that fell down though. These particle effects in the air are very nice. They look like just giant pollen spores as well though. Yeah, and a lot of, yeah, so this is 50,000 years of growth, most likely. So I'm just gonna pop up here, see what they have in store for us. Some higher parts up here. Let me just take a quick peek. Nope, just another walkway. So there's not a lot, and it's hard to find anything. And Liara makes a point of this after 50,000 years of a species that has barely any traces of them. Like, what is there here to take notes from? There's really not much to speculate on in terms of their culture.
Come on. Saren's already got a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
That's a chance we'll have to take.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Oh, a crazy thing is happening.
Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message, but I don't recognize the language.
It's probably in Prothean.
Oh, but we can understand bits and pieces of it.
Years old.
Because we have the cipher.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Incredible! The cipher must have transferred an understanding of the Prothean language into your mind.
Not safe. Seek refuge inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Vault Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Act of desperation.
So yeah, this is very much War of the Worlds radio announcer.
All is lost.
Yeah, I'm not really getting anything of it.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
Yeah, fortunately we're not getting too much from it. But that should have unlocked the sealed bunker doors to allow us to pass through. So unfortunately, there's not really much we can glean from this place, unless you have a more archaeological mind for... I bet this, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, and I don't know if this is on purpose, to be honest. There's an area in Dark Souls 1 that's modeled after a real-world environment of a kind of area far off that has overgrown, like, tree roots all over. This is very reminiscent of that, if that's what they were going for. It's got a very primordial sense to it, with these grand tree roots just kind of sprawling all over the site in the architecture. It's possible that's what they were also going for here, because in Dark Souls 1, the Izalith has that primordial feel as well. More fire based, but I can see the similarities as well. Not much to glean from these elevator rides, but there is a few conversations here and there. So yes, even in the futuristic world of the Protheans long past, we still have elevators. Still got those elevators. Thank God. Alright, so it should be open now. We got back to the view with the skyscraper. Pretty good loop around for the level, by the way. Level design is usually at its best when it has you kind of looping and remaking use of areas. But not arbitrarily, I'll say that. I agree. Whee! So,
I thought Sarah might have set some kind of trap or ambush.
Lots of pods.
They must have been in too much of a hurry.
Or we just haven't run into it yet.
So this is very much a lower part of the city that clearly isn't supposed to be for main traffic. If we assume they have flying cars, then they would be above the lower parts, because we were just at like the base level of the planet there. This is clearly even more underground than that, and we're going even further underground. We have these stasis pods. It's easy to speculate that they were hiding out for some reason.
What are all those things on the wall?
And we can kind of glean more information as we go on.
They look like
stasis pads.
Pods. The Protheans.
So yes, Tally herself is kind of theorizing right now. Cryogenic freezing. In lieu of the Reapers kind of attacking everything, it's hiding. Not the worst idea ever. Whoops, excuse, whoa! There we go. So we're going further and further down into the secrets of this planet. Excuse me. Nice. So further and further down. Ooh. Whoa! Craziness. Hello?
What's happening?
It's a trap.
Oh.
Sarah must have set an ambush.
I don't think Seren's behind us.
But who could it be? Excuse me, I'm doing my sick burnouts.
En route.
So, we've been trapped with one way through. Let's find out exactly what's happening. It's interesting, I'm getting to the point of the story where I'm just letting it speak for itself. Because I'm trying to get the pace of the plot to kind of explain itself. Ooh. We get more of a view this time.
If this were simply an automated trap, Seren would have triggered it. What do you think this is?
Whatever it is, we should be careful.
Yeah, the dialogue from the characters is kind of a little slow on this one. A little slow and low. Well-lit areas. So what in the hell is this? Well, settle in, by the way. We're going to be hearing some dialogue for quite some time.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently, perhaps there is still hope.
Wait a minute. How come I can understand you? Why aren't you speaking the Prothean language?
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
So, what are you exactly?
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, Chief Overseer of the Ilos Research Facility.
So he's a VI, or more importantly, an analysis system that is designed to watch over the facility with personality imprints. And this is a pretty popular concept in sci-fi. Personality imprints being you're based off a person So you're more designed to represent some of their nuances and quirks and ways of thinking. It's an idea that's present in Halo. Here, Halo's the one I'm most familiar with that I know of, where they flash clone the brains of dead individuals, and then Cortana herself is based off a flash clone of a cloned brain of an alive person. I never got the specifics on Catherine's information there. So, what did you bring me here for?
Why did you bring me here?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did.
Okay.
The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came.
So we're getting some experience. So this is very similar to...
is a trap. The station...
In The Last Airbender, Aang gets advice from the previous Avatar. Here we're getting advice from the previous race, or whatever's left of the previous race, from what killed them.
When the Citadel...
And the Citadel is a trap! It's a trap!
The Reapers will pour through, and all you know...
It is in fact a trap.
...destroyed.
So the Citadel itself is a relay?
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was...
Oh, you can answer that really easy. The Keepers do everything.
The Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly benign organic caretakers.
Yep.
The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology.
So, we develop alongside lines of technology that they desire. This being one of them. Because it's such an obvious meeting ground and for advanced technologies, of course everyone uses the Citadel as a seat of government. And even if they don't, it's still right in the heart of galactic society for the most part. So, the Reapers are in dark space?
How do the Reapers survive out in dark space?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe...
Yeah, a lot of this...
...prolonged states...
A lot of this game comes down to... There's a lot of speculation and theories when it comes down to it.
This allows them to survive the thousands...
Only kind of vague ideas that help us understand what happens and understand certain motivations.
But in this state...
And the Reapers, by their design, are supposed to be immutable and
the edges of the galaxy,
not easy to comprehend. Incomprehensible.
Accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel...
So, while they're hibernating, they go out into dark space where they can then activate the one relay on the Citadel to let themselves come back in. And it looks like Saren's going to activate it. I don't know how he's going to do it from this planet, but that's his plan, from what it looks like.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
Yep. Wipe out the seat of government and most of our leaders. Same thing happened to them.
We were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
So, is Saren's plan of surrendering viable?
The war was lost. If you'd surrendered, they might have let you live.
No offer of surrender was ever given. Our enemy had a single goal.
This is an important distinction that even Mass Effect 2 and 3 talk about, and it's the extinction of advanced organic life. Clearly they need primitive organic life to evolve to the point where they can later be advanced.
Information.
And be harvested.
And they knew everything.
For whatever reason.
Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy.
It's best not to try to use Mass Effect 2 and 3 logic while you're playing Mass Effect 1.
Their population.
It's better to just kind of understand it from here and then go on.
These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control, taken in as refugees.
Yeah, so Vigil's just kind of narrowing down how exactly they got murked.
Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
Why? Do you have any idea?
What do the Reapers get out of this? Why do they keep repeating this pattern of genocide over and over?
The Reapers are alien, unknowable. Perhaps they need slaves or resources. More likely they are...
Yeah, and that's H.P. Lovecraft. We just don't know.
To comprehend. In the end, what does it matter?
It matters to me, and it matters to my Shepard.
Stopping them, not in understanding them.
So if they had won, why keep doing this? Why come back, leave, come back, and leave? What's the point?
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they
They
come?
go to dark space, but for what reason? I don't know. Maybe they need some kind of refractory period.
Harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned.
It's true.
Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought. The indoctrinated soon starved or died.
And they're really too dumb to take care of themselves, so not much gonna happen there.
Was complete.
So, unfortunately, there's not much in the way of understanding why they do this. I wish there was even just a shred of evidence as to why they might be doing this, because it would give Mass Effect 1 more leg to stand on for Mass Effect 2 and 3, as opposed to Mass Effect 2 having to figure it out, and then Mass Effect 3 having to pick up the pieces of the plot and the lore and the Reaper's motivation. It creates us a mess. Man, I might actually make this an effort of my own, but I might take it upon myself to just write out in like some kind of document what I think the Reaper's motivation might be, just using Mass Effect 1. Not because I think I'm going to do it better than Mass Effect 2 or 3, but I want to give it a shot and see what kind of answer might be preferable to what we got, or what we can maybe postulate from the evidence that is in 1. I'm curious where it's to go from there, to be honest. I might give it a shot. If I do, I'll post my thoughts about it somewhere, maybe on the blog we have. But we'll see what happens. But it's obvious we're not going to figure out what makes them tick. We don't know why they're doing this. But can we stop them from this invasion?
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay, one that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the
So the Protheans might not have been advanced to build the Citadel themselves or the relays, but they got smart enough that they were able to build their own mini relay. So the conduit is a Prothean construction that they built to be a backdoor into the Citadel. I guess it's an experiment. And Saren knows that's his one way into the Citadel. Now, there's a lot of the ideas out there. Well, why didn't Saren just kick down the door? Why wasn't he, when he was a Spectre, why didn't he just walk up to the... And you could say, you know, there's a lot of reasons as to why he could and couldn't do it himself, just standing there in person. You know, is the Citadel is the Council just going to let him walk up and activate whatever button does it, rather than doing this whole elaborate scheme? You could argue no, but there also, I think, is some other information here that Vigil's talking about, so let's get around to that.
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire...
So, because all your records were destroyed, there was nothing to say where you were or why you were here.
We severed all communication.
Also, he makes it implied that Ilos as a planet was only where this one facility was. So it looks like this wasn't actually a city. It was a facility. It was a facility city.
And wake the staff when the danger had...
You think they would notice it, but I guess they didn't.
But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
So what did you end up doing?
How did you survive?
I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel.
First the janitors.
First support staff, then security.
And then all the creators of porn and the hot models.
Shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active.
So that's how he did it. They didn't have enough power, so he started cutting off people who weren't important.
Finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You were programmed to protect them, not kill them.
It was in the contract.
The outcome was not completely unforeseen.
They gotta read the fine line.
Of contingency programming entered on my creation.
Yeah, that's another kind of tone setter.
The non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel.
Yeah, and he's just programmed to do it, so it's not really like he had a choice in the matter.
Still alive. My action.
But that's the kind of first clue you have of how Prothean culture works. It's, oh, well, you know, we can only save so many. I mean, there's only so much you can do at that point, and it was the, you know, but he was programmed to do it.
Individuals left, far too few to sustain a violence.
So yeah, there was only like a dozen people left.
Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning, a way to break the cycle forever. And they knew the Keepers were the key.
So, the conduit? How does this fit in?
Still don't understand what's going on here. Why is Saren trying to find the conduit?
The conduit gives him access to the Citadel and the Keepers. The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station, compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers...
So, they made it so somehow the Keepers don't respond to the Citadel signal that allows them to open up the relay inside the Citadel so the Reapers can come back. Ostensibly, the Reapers are trapped. They can't progress, they can't invade. Maybe they'll run out of resources, whatever they're using to hibernate. Maybe they do need something to stay alive, so they're basically stuck sleeping. Which Sovereign was supposed to be here on this side to take care of that.
Saren must have some plan to undo everything.
So, he obviously needs what's here to undo that what was happening on the conduit.
To bypass the Citadel's defenses. Once inside, he will transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay. And the cycle of extinction will begin again.
Fuck. Well, can you help me?
Is there any way we can stop them?
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait, where's the Citadel's master control unit?
Yeah, I have no idea where that is.
Heard of anything like that?
Through the conduit, follow Saren.
Saren probably knows where it is, so we'll find him. So many questions. Let's get through them. All right, so tell me about Sovereign.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable return. Like those in dark space, Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years in a state of hibernation. Periodically, it would wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state of galactic civilization. And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion. But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in the void. Alone, it was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
So Sovereign's pretty strong. Why not just attack?
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secret?
Yeah, why have Saren go through all this bullcrap?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it. Even a Reaper couldn't survive such odds.
So he's not invincible.
Patient. They will not rush.
Their war with the Reapers showed them that much.
Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries, moving deliberately, gathering allies.
Indoctrinating certain agents to get close enough to the Citadel, like Saren.
Puzzle. Working through agents to keep itself hidden. Saren is the most visible pawn of the Reapers, but I doubt he was the first. Now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say.
Yeah, it's tired of waiting.
To reopen the
if an AI can be tired. So, what are the beacons exactly?
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one
that was protein stuff. How did that work?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We use them as a single galaxy-wide network.
They're basically just giant phones.
Communications rapidly from world to world.
Yeah, they're giant payphones.
Virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion. But once the Reapers were gone, the survivors here on Ilos decided to
they're just giant phones, but the scientists on Ilos left a giant message to any beacons left in the galaxy.
Survivors. But if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos. We wanted to.
So really, they just did it because they felt bad.
Was sent across the network.
That's a pretty big risk.
You could have exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function, but we had to try.
Yeah. So they had a little bit of humanity left in them and hoping to
reach
just
them.
talk to anybody out there still alive.
The message was meant for our own people. It was coded
So this is the first indication that Protheans actually experience information differently,
indoctrination.
and they have an organic type of telepathy that allows them to interpret the beacon information.
Like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here.
So it did lead Saren here, but it led us here too, thankfully. What about the Keepers?
So when the Reapers created the Citadel, they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations.
It's never stated for sure what the Keepers are, if they're one of the first organic beings, or if they're artificial entirely in nature.
Them to be obedient.
They were left behind to maintain the Citadel as one of the earliest races, probably. They look a lot like the Rachni, but there's no real evidence that ties them directly into being Rachni. Really?
They evolved so that they only respond to the signals emitted.
So, Keepers are still organic, and they now only respond to the Citadel. They don't respond to indoctrination signals anymore.
They broke Sovereign's hold.
They're basically just robots, but they're made of goo.
They are completely harmless.
Yeah.
Sovereign must have realized organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis.
It's not a bad idea.
The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more...
I can imagine the Keeper's telepathy being something like, oh, we can move more productively if we just listen directly to Citadel signals, rather than having to interpret outside signals that we haven't seen in millions of years, or generations enough that they've evolved past it. Like the need for the appendix, really. So, Keepers, maybe one of the first races, but this is where they are now. And finally, the scientists.
What happened to the survivors from the Conduit project?
They used the conduit to gain access to the Citadel. But the conduit is only a prototype.
So it's only a one-way trip.
In one direction, so they were trapped on the station. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they found any water.
There's a lot of sad stuff here on Ilo.
A
lot of sad time.
Death. I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here proves their sacrifice was not
just slaughtering. And just people who were left just died slowly and died just sad and probably depressed, malnourished, unfortunately. But their sacrifice was not in vain. We can pick up where they left off, stop Saren from doing this, and keep the Reapers out in dark space, mitigating the problem, not solving it, but making sure the problem doesn't come back for now.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
Thanks, Vigil. Bye. And bye to you too, audience at home, because this episode has gone on pretty long. We might finish up the episode next time. This might be the last one coming up. We're coming up at the end of Mass Effect. Man, and this has been a lot of talking we've been doing, just kind of about the Protheans, about the culture, a little bit about the architecture, a little bit here and there about what they did last time during the cycle. But we're coming up to the end of it. We really are. And we'll see how it goes. But I'll see you guys on the next episode where we will maybe finish it. I don't know. Depends on how much more is left. I can see probably 2 more episodes at least. See ya. Tally. Haha. Alright, fine.
We shouldn't be here.
Fine. Leave then.
Not the Geth, not Saren.
Bye.